the most relatable, so you can actually relate to him. Who can relate to Stark?
Me? This guy?
Yeah. You're not a jerk, Phil. You're not a jerk, or me.
What's up, everybody? Amateur Bros back here. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 Marvel movies. We're talking about the ones in the MCU. No Deadpool, no Wolverine, just strict MCU movies. If you know them, then you know what we're talking about. Alright, well, how this is going to work, unlike our other top 5s, I will be going ahead and displaying my top 10 Marvel movies, and the board here will either approve it or be wrong. I mean disapprove. That's what I meant to say. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so at number 10, I am putting AntMan.
Okay.
Now, this is tough. I just want a disclaimer moving forward that it's really hard to put 10 movies in the top 10, just so you know. Sit at home and try to do it. It's hard. And then from there, it's hard to rank them. So, But anywho, this is how we came down to it. And I have AntMan at 10.
Alright, well, why is it 10? Describe it. Convince me.
Alright, AntMan is a really fun, entertaining movie, and AntMan has a good character arc from beginning to end. And then the way they incorporate other characters, his family and his friends, help change and boost his character into what he becomes in the future films. The villain is a very good villain.
Yeah, true.
He's intimidating. He has his own reasons promoting what his decisions are. So, a strong villain, strong hero, strong side cast, funny, all around a good movie.
I approve.
Yeah,
I
okay.
approve. Stamp of approval. Very good film.
Now, moving to 9, we have Iron Man.
First one.
Iron Man 1. That is correct.
9.
Now, 9.
Everyone likes to know origin story.
Now, I've heard both. I've heard people say it's higher, and I've heard people say it's
higher.
lower.
It's higher.
Now, it's a very good movie, but you know, it is outdated. You have to admit it, okay? But you also have to get its credit that it's what springboarded what we have today.
True.
Now, let that be said, it did springboard it. That doesn't mean it's the best movie. Just because it's springboard doesn't make the best movie. Just saying. But it is a good movie, and Iron Man's character is really well done. Robert Downey does a great job. Villain does a good job. It's a great movie. I mean, the only complaints is I'm sure people will say you should have put it higher.
Yeah, it should have been higher.
But I think
it's a little low. It's a little low. No, it's a little low. I'm glad it's on there. It's top 5. I think that's top 5.
I think I'm fine with that. Well, for now, it's fine. I guess. Because I'm gonna see what the other ones, because you might put some random one up there.
Now, this may be slightly biased.
I am actually.
You have to wait.
I just spotted one. I already have an issue.
All right.
Not the one.
You might. Okay, so at 8, I have Captain America. Okay, now, granted, I'm sure most people might not put it as high as I do, but I'm slightly biased. I think it's a very good movie. I love Captain America's character, and Chris Evans does an extraordinary job at doing the character. The character development's very good. The side characters are good. Red Skull is a very good villain, very strong villain, and the action sequences mixed in with humor over there is fantastic. His interactions with Tony's dad and Peggy is phenomenal, and it does a good job of showing what his character is, and they keep that character pretty much throughout the rest of the films. So
yeah, it's nice to see some historical fiction, or you don't see too many superheroes in World War II era, and they be able to see that and see like the set pieces they use and everything is really great.
Yeah. And I have to agree with Dom. It is definitely better than the first Iron Man. Yeah. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me on that one, but personally though, I'm not a big Iron Man person. I think he's a jerk. Yeah. The whole movie, he never learned. He never learned.
Cool jerk that
He's a jerk. the whole way
And you
into
wanna be
the
him.
very end.
It's a reflection on society.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't learn his lesson.
And he's a beast.
See,
and
he's
he's freaking awesome.
So, well, there you go.
Yeah,
There's
that's
8.
interesting.
There's
Okay.
8. Okay.
Oh boy.
Honestly, this is not a lot of fun.
It's, well, I mean, it's wrong. I mean,
Well, you're at the bottom of the list, so like.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Captain America is not top 10. It's not that great of a film, people. Let's be real here. It's forgettable. It's okay. Now, I get it. People are patriotic. They love their country. They're like, yeah, he's our guy. But when you actually break it down, is he that cool? Not really. He's got a shield. He's like, ooh, I'm scared of people. With my shield, I'm gonna defend myself.
Right.
But he's the most.
I want to do it with lasers to just blast people to death. That's my kind of guy.
But he's the most relatable because he's actually not the most super.
Yeah,
He's the most relatable, so you can actually relate to him. Who can relate to Stark?
me. This guy's.
You're not a jerk, Phil. You're not a jerk or rich.
No, it sucks. I know it sucks.
Like,
I'm working on both of them.
You're working on both of them. Okay.
You have to work on a few things to get to Iron
I
Man
gotta be a
stuff.
jerk.
Well, tonight's to start, so.
Tonight's the time to start. Right, your
We'll
list
see.
sucks now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. You know what? I could rewatch these in a week or 2 weeks,
That'd be
and things
wrong.
could change.
Yeah.
Things could change because
Yeah,
you know
it's
what?
pretty hard.
It's hard to rank awesome movies, and these are all awesome movies.
Fair.
So to put them in a place is hard. So
Alright, fair enough.
I'm gonna admit there's gonna be some movies that aren't quite in the right spot. But in a general idea, the important part is that they made it to the 10. That's what's important. Okay. Okay. With that said, we're going to 6. And no, it's 7. I
7,
can't
yeah.
count. Don't worry about me. All right, I put Spider-Man Homecoming.
What are you?
Kind of low.
Yep, that's a newer one. Did you say something?
Kind of low.
You like that a
He
lot.
thinks it's low.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man.
I think Spider-Man Homecoming is a very good movie. There's several reasons why I won't beat some of the other movies, and we'll get to that later. But Spider-Man is a very good movie, and the way they do Spider-Man Homecoming is different than all the other times they do Spider-Man, which is one of the things that make it so good.
True.
We don't have to hear about Uncle Ben again, which, you know, rest his soul. We
Thank
don't have to
gosh.
hear about
Yeah.
how, we don't have to watch that scene again. You know, we don't have to go through that. We've already seen it. And they understand that, and they move on. Okay, so we get to see something different from him. We get to fight a different villain, their take on Vulture, which was cool. And he was a really down-to-earth villain, which with his reasons kind of a theme here where like Iron Man kind of
Relatable
makes all
villains.
the villains in the whole thing. You know, the Avengers would be out of a job if it wasn't for Tony Stark. So he kind of
Well, they won't have money.
he kind of made the MCU in more
Sometimes
than one
geniuses
way when you
make
really think
mistakes.
about it.
Now and then geniuses make a mistake or two.
But anyway, I think it's really fun. The guy who plays Spider-Man does a really good job on him. Some people are partial to other ones, but I think he does a really good job as
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
The acting in that movie is really good.
I agree. And we got to see someone else than the regular, Mary Jane. We got to see
Yeah, she was really good too.
we got to see someone else. Okay, so I thought it was really good. Music's really good. Villain's good. He's good. No problems
We're all
there.
good.
Again,
I
Samuel
haven't
says,
seen it. So
again, Samuel says a little
I
loud.
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I was kind of done with after they
Wow.
stopped with the second the Spider.
Wow.
Like I liked the first series they did, and then
Yeah.
then they rebooted. And I'm like, okay, give them a chance. Okay, update it. Then they cut that one off, and I'm like,
Oh, you're just tired of it.
yeah.
Hey, that's understandable.
But I'll eventually come back to. I like Spider-Man. I like
Here we go.
Spider-Man, so it's like
Here we go.
I'm not trying to. It's
he's
just
not
like,
trying to.
I'm not trying to peek.
I already know you're gonna read. Okay, now for 6. I already said 6 earlier, but now we're saying 6 again. Here we go. 6. Thor Ragnarok. Now, I've juggled where this is placed the whole time, but the reason it does not go higher is because it does not take the serious moments serious enough. That's what holds it back. It is a very funny film, arguably the funniest film in the MCU. Okay?
Non-arguable it is.
Yep. Now, some people might disagree.
They're wrong. Just like
But the way they incorporate Thor, Hulk's relationship, they bring Loki into it, very well done. Hela is a little OP, but still, it does a good job of being a villain. And the whole twist where they have to destroy Asgard to save it, that's pretty cool. Now again, that moment wasn't near serious enough as it probably should have been. I mean, their home for forever is gone, but no one seems to be too down. Odin died and no one seemed to be too down. But
Easy come, easy go.
It's like Alderaan.
Yeah.
You just forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that and then right after that, after it's all destroyed, they show and he's just carrying the one guy and he's been dead the whole time.
yeah. So,
Like, wait, you making a joke right after? That's like
it is
like,
funny.
It's
so
funny,
funny.
but it's like
that is what holds it back. If
It's
they
like
had
no
just
seriousness
done
at all.
a little bit more to like emphasize on the moments that were actually serious, I think it would be higher. But that's what holds it back for me. Now,
Number 5.
5 is Winter Soldier.
That's good.
Phil,
Winter
do you think it should be
Soldier.
higher or lower? If you say lower, you're crazy.
No, I don't even think it's top 10 for me.
Really?
It's not a top 10.
Are you serious?
I mean,
I
I don't think either the Captain. I think it's.
I love Bucky.
honestly. I might like it a little bit more than the first Captain America, but
Oh, it is
That's
definitely better
incredible.
than that first.
That's incredible.
I don't dig these films. I don't know why.
Well, somebody.
But convince me I'm wrong. Convince me.
Okay, Captain America's Winter Soldier, bringing Bucky back, very well done. Their interactions where he doesn't want to fight him, their friendship in that movie is incredible. And even down to the very last fight, it's amazing. Where he's still sitting there and he does his line, "I could take it all day." The line, you could say the line, "I'm with you to the end of the line." He brings that line back. It's incredible.
Even how they kind of portrayed Nick Fury as almost a villain.
Yeah, how they try to redeem Bucky's character is incredible in that film. It really is.
It's interesting. Okay, so I'm seeing the difference. I think you like a little bit more serious in your films. You like them to.
I like depth.
Yeah,
I like
there it
depth
is.
and depth
And
to the
I
characters and depth to the story.
That's
so,
a difference.
Now, so that's why some of the older ones kind of make it in here, as opposed to all the slapstick ones, which is what I enjoy. By the way, I do like depth where there's time to be funny, time to be serious, and I think this film does a good job. I think it really does. I think you're right though. Captain America ones are slightly more serious as opposed to the other ones.
Yeah.
But I think that is where for me it stands out a little more. I mean, to be fair, serious crap is happening. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't want to think about anything serious.
serious stuff is happening. So
Yeah.
it should be taken at least slightly seriously, in my opinion. Slightly. But there you go. Winter Soldier 5. Okay. Number 4. I have Endgame. Endgame is
4?
Endgame is 4. Now,
What?
people might have it higher, but I've also seen a lot of lists have it lower. It's a very good movie, and incorporating the most superheroes into one scene of battles, things like this, is incredible. It really is. It's insane. And I think what for me probably holds it back is, the time travel thing. I mean, it was a fun concept. Is it great? Really sound? I'm not sure, but it was a fun concept. I don't think it worked perfectly, but I think it was well done. And again, for what it was, for the scale they were doing this movie on, is incredible, and it definitely deserves top 5, easily. Some people will have it higher, some people have it lower.
Definitely
But
higher. It has to be higher. I mean, it has the best.
Wow.
My favorite part of Iron Man is in that movie, and we can probably all guess what that scene is.
Oh yeah.
And everything finishing it, Captain America, his ending, pretty much everyone gets an ending.
Yeah.
And that's and then the whole Thor being melted ice cream. That's what Rocket says.
Yeah.
You look like melted ice
it
cream.
is very good.
It's
I
great.
think what pulls it away from me is their handling of time travel and how that affects the story. Because I think that leaves a lot of loopholes that they are
True.
trying to dismiss because they just say that's not how time travel works. So they're kind of going at it as if if it was real and that's exactly how it works, as if they all know how time travel works. Which I mean, of course, it's every series does it differently.
Yeah.
But it's funny how they poke fun at the time travels because they're ridiculous. But then at the same time, they're doing it too. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's the only thing that really pulls it back to me is just that how they have that kind of.
I guess that's fair.
But they had to do something. And that's how they route they did. All right. 3. Now this one's teetered a little bit. But this is where it fell. Okay. I put Captain America: Civil War.
Actually,
Okay. I thought it was, and he's already looking at me.
No,
He's already looking at me because it's a
It's
Captain
Captain
America
America
film.
movie.
I think this is
But to be fair, I feel like this is less a Captain America movie as it is an Avengers movie.
And
It
why I
really
liked
is.
it more, exactly.
It really is Avengers Civil War.
Yep,
But they say
exactly.
Captain America Civil War because I mean, let's be honest. At the end of the day, it's really Captain America versus Iron Man. But you know, they don't want to make it sound like Batman versus Superman.
Yep.
So, but basically, that's what it was.
And that's why I liked it. You're right. Yeah.
And it's very interesting to see both of their perspectives and how the team forms up like that against each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good. I mean, it's a good film.
Best
Cap's in the
America.
right.
Best Captain America.
Cap's in the right, but you know.
But I think they did a
Probably,
good. I think they did a good job of like not making it 100% obvious Cap's right and finding ways to make give Iron Man some ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely had grounds.
Because if you look at it just versus each other, obviously Cap's got the right point. Clearly.
Okay, it's not clear, but yeah, but
I can see both sides.
yeah, and that's how they did it. They did it good
Yeah, and they
because you
did
could
good-
see both sides.
And they did a good job at making it actually like, okay, well I have to weigh this.
It made it feel like the audience. It made the audience want to pick a side. Like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't feel like you wanted to be like cheering for both. You wanted to cheer for somebody.
And there was definitely people that were cheering for Iron Man and people that were cheering for Captain America.
Kind of like back in a Twilight phase. Team Edward or.
Yeah, and it was also a good way to introduce
that.
Black Panther and Spider-Man.
It's true. I like, and they both do a well job in those movies.
They did.
So that was really cool. I think that movie is really well done. Battle sequences are really well done. They incorporate the different characters and the different beliefs they have. Very well done in that movie. Number two. I have Avengers: Infinity War. Okay, Infinity War is a slightly different than Endgame. It's I guess a little slower paced, as it is technically a part 1 to the part 2. And that's how it usually goes. The part 1s are slightly slower because you're kind of building up to that. But there's a lot in Infinity War, and I think the story holds a little better than Endgame, which is why it ranks up a little bit. It's very good that they live up for me. Is that kind of holds better as a story.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a lot of different character developments within it. We do get to see a little more seriousness with Thor and him handling it, as opposed to what we saw in Ragnarok,
Yeah.
and as opposed to
It's like a flip.
as opposed to what you see in Endgame. So this is a really good middle ground for Thor. It's good stuff for Captain America, and you see good stuff with Iron Man. This shit rocks him to his core.
Yeah.
It really does. And it does set up perfectly for Endgame. It really does. It was a perfect part 1. And I mean, it could stand alone if you wanted them to end the whole thing with them losing.
Yeah.
So technically, you could end it there.
The honest thing, you could almost say it just was too good because then they couldn't follow it up. That's in my opinion. Like, I think the reasons we don't like Endgame was because they had just this incredible film. Nah, I agree. It could be 1 for me. It goes between 1 and 2 for me. But it's just almost a perfect film.
Like, it's a very good film, and it incorporates all these characters really well. It really does. So, it's very good. And I'll have number 1, which people could disagree. People could really disagree. But I don't know. It's just always been my favorite since it came out. And that's Avengers 1. I love Avengers 1. The way they bring the different characters in, as opposed to how every other time you've already known all the characters, you already know all the backgrounds, this really does pull them all in. And you see their adversities and how they have to work together. I mean, you have a great mixture of moments that are serious, moments that are funny. And while it's not on the huge scale that Endgame is or Infinity War is, it really, at the time, was a big scale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for its time, that
yeah.
was the big scale.
It really hasn't been done before.
So,
Oh yeah.
and its success did make sure that they could do bigger.
Yeah.
But I think the way they incorporate each of these characters' stories go through to bring them to that teamwork part is fantastic. And you have a lot of those elements that are in Avengers 1 that you reflect in the later Avengers movies. I mean, it kind of ends with an Iron Man sacrificial moment.
Yeah.
Same thing with Endgame. I mean, you see them having to work at the end, work together at the very end. They have to work together after pretty much losing, which happens in the part 1 and part 2 of the final Avengers movies. So I think at its core, Avengers 1 is what really helped make the next final big movies that are in the top 5 succeed. Now, you could easily say those are funnier, those have more action-packed, and that their scales makes them better. But I think what they used, I thought they did perfectly, personally. So,
I can't argue with that one. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I'd flip-flop with
I
that
would
too.
I'm not a huge fan.
No, not really.
Not really. Like, it obviously should be in the top 10, obviously.
Yeah.
And it should be in the top 5, easy. To me, it's like, it's the most forgettable of the Avenger movies. And that's hot take because I have Age of Ultron up, and that's not even on the top 10.
Yeah, no.
But like,
I didn't.
what,
I
I don't even
forgot
like,
about that movie.
like I don't even like. The only thing I remember is Loki and the battle at the end. That's really the only thing I really remember of that movie. And it's like I can't even like remember. Like the one of the funny parts is when Hulk smashes Loki.
Yeah, it's so good.
That one.
It's so good.
And then at the end where Tony Stark's sacrifices. So it goes like, and both of those are like right beside each other in scenes. Like they're actually almost the same scene.
oh man.
So it's like, but I do like it where you can see Thor and Loki how they interact.
I mean,
Where they're brothers, but they're not like.
I mean, you get the Thor.
friends.
You get the Thor and Loki's starting to build interactions. You get to see Cap and Iron Man's friendship / enemy thing already forming. I mean, you get to introduce Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
Yeah.
And he does an excellent job.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Widow's in it.
He's probably.
She exists.
She's in it.
Did she do anything? No. Did she ever do anything? No. So, no difference there.
Hey, don't worry, Black Widow movie's coming.
Well,
so we all want
Oh
it.
gosh.
Again, Black Widow is the weakest in that
spend
movie,
$10
and
on that.
Hawkeye is the weakest in that movie. And honestly, and when
he's
everyone
cool,
thinks
though.
like he's cool
really-
in this
he's
one,
weak.
but he's not even like no one likes him in this movie.
Nah, he does.
And then later he's like one of
That's
like a
an
favorite.
interesting. It's an
Like
interesting
they
take to
build
introduce
on
the
those two
character.
characters.
Yeah.
Well, he was in Hawkeye was in Thor, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
But that was an interesting, different way to introduce a character as opposed to starting with him, fighting with them. They fight against him pretty much the entire time, almost to the very end.
Yeah.
All 10 movies are fantastic, and if you look back, 11 and 12 are probably, maybe even 13 are probably really good as well. Whatever those are. I don't do honorable mentions. We're not even going to get into that. But I think it's hard. Really, try it yourselves. Just picking the 10 best of these is hard. Like, because majority of them are all phenomenal films. So if you get down to 10, and then if you narrow it down to 5,
Oh yeah, I was
Like-
trying to do that in my head, and I really
like I'm sure I might have some wrong, and people are probably going to disagree in several places. But you know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to come with a 5, and to say that there's a single best is still a bold statement, no matter who you are,
Yeah.
no matter what you put number
Oh
1.
yeah.
But that's my 10. That's what I have for now. It may change someday. Who knows? It could change tomorrow. Thank you for listening, enjoying it.
Yeah.
It didn't look like I got too much heat. I think I came out unscathed. But definitely go ahead and let us know in the comments what your top 10 are. I'm sure there'll be quite a variety.
We might
of
chime in.
opinions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So, thank you all for watching.
Maybe you want one of us to do it next time. Pick. I mean, maybe Phil might pick his, and then we'll critique his. I mean, we have 3 other people to do it with, so
We'll tell him why he's wrong.
why he is wrong.
He's wrong.
You can fight back a little
But
then.
if there's another top 10 you want us to do, or if you want us to try to do another top 5 video, go ahead and let us know. You know, we're trying something different now. It's something you liked. Tell us.
Yeah.
Doing it all for you. So, you all have a good one. Amateur Bros, out.
So,